Where's all my soul sisters? Let me hear your flow, sisters.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister.
Welcome back to another episode of Black on Soul Sister Podcast, where we give it to you like it is because we are Black women, and we can only give it to you the way we know how. And speaking of being ourselves, today I have a lovely guest, my cousin, my fam. And Nikki, introduce yourself. Let them know where you're from, where you're coming from, and any good stuff you got going on.
Yes, my name is Nikki, and I'm from Jacksonville, North Carolina. And yes, like she said, we tell it like it is.
We're going to be talking about self reflections and basically being authentic to ourselves. There's this viral video going around of Eartha Kitt's biracial daughter. If you don't know who Eartha Kitts is, she is like legendary artist, singer. She was like the first Black woman to be Catwoman, and she was also, well, she is the greatest singer of Santa Baby, I'm hurrying down the chimney tonight. Yeah, you didn't heard that song last year. Yep. So that's her. And so I didn't know she was mixed. But anyway, I'm not even going to talk too much. We're going to go ahead, play all the clip, and let you see from her daughter's standpoint what she is now facing in today's society.
Let's just address the obvious. There are many of you who question whether I am truly my mother's biological child, which is hurtful and insulting, especially since, there's a lot of people out there who don't look the way we think they should look. We have this predetermined idea on how a multiracial human being should appear. I am my mother's biological child. I do look like my mother for people who are willing to see past the blonde hair and the light skin. What can I say? Genetics are a peculiar thing.
In the memoir you wrote, you say, there are people who insist that I have had plastic surgery in order to look more Caucasian and pass white. And people they just assume that because you don't, as I mentioned in the TikTok, look the way they think you should look, then you can't possibly be who you say you are. Now, my mother only had one child, and this is what she got. Sorry, that's all. When I was born, my mother was already very famous.
Yes.
And people are more impressed by fame than worried about race. So, they were more impressed that, Eartha Kitt had walked in the room than they were thinking, a woman of color had walked in the room. So there was a lot that wasn't said that was, you were accepted on a different level when your parent is a famous person.
Right.
So that I didn't really hear of it. My mother often talked about,
what would she
how
say?
she would always talk about the fact that, how beautiful I was. Of course, she was my mother, let's remember that. And I am her only child. And how, how wonderful it is to have, this mixed race, and how mixed race people are so much, more interesting. No offense to everyone who's not, but I think look, there's one thing I think we should all be able to take a DNA test from birth, because we all would realize how much more mixed up we are.
So I really want to know, like, do you have any thoughts on that?
Everybody has their own when it comes to us as women, people of color. We all comes in all shades, like all shades, all different type of hair. It could be straight, curly, cool, wavy. That doesn't mean that it's, could be something wrong. It could be something down in the bloodline, or we all have all different shades, and that's so wonderful about us as being who we are. That's the beautiful thing, because we come in so many shades and so many different looks and textures and everything.
Yeah, there's this video I was watching the other day, not to digress from this one, but there was this video I was watching today of Neil deGrasse on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was just basically saying, like, where do you find the lightest skinned people in Africa? Where do you find the darkest skinned people? In Africa. Where do you find any other type of spectrum of people that you can find? In Africa. And he was
Hmm.
just saying, like, and he was saying this from like a scientific point of view. So, like you say,
Yes.
we come in so many shapes and sizes and colors and textures. So it's like, it's a very unfortunate for me to hear that
Yes.
side of it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that her mom was mixed. Eartha Kitts was mixed. And so I really didn't even
Yeah.
know much about her. So I didn't really know that she
Mhm.
was mixed. My thoughts on that particular thing is that, and it's still relevant today in society, in the media. The
Yes.
mixed woman is the black woman.
Yeah.
The mixed woman is who America wants to put on the front
Put.
media and say, oh, this is our black women.
Yes.
I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? You are who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Can't nobody take that from you. But are we not negating from the fact that she isn't fully black and that she had probably, I'm not going to say she obtained her fame because she had that white counterpart inside of her, but I mean, how else was, she getting
She
through so many heights and keeping that legendary status during those times? You know what I'm saying? And for
exactly.
her child, and so it's just like, she did not go through the black woman struggle. She
No.
has no
No.
idea of the
What?
black woman struggle. And
Yes.
so it's just really, that's my intake of it because, with being who you are and reflecting on yourself, because like she said, like she never even thought about that growing up because it's
She
being
never
treated.
had that.
She's famous. Right.
Yes. She never
She's
had been
famous.
through the struggle of like some black actress and some black musical performer that was had to go through the struggle
Right.
as being a dark skinned woman. The dark skinned women, those was the field niggas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
The cotton
the fair
pickers.
skin, yes, the cotton
Mm,
picking, the tobacco picking, and the ones that was, more so to get whooped, you
yeah.
know, and everything. Versus someone like me, I would be
Right.
considered as the house nigga. I would be the one that would be more protected, to not
Mm-hmm.
be so much in the sun, to not my skin not to get darkened. And
The fact you said that, I'm so glad you even brung that mindset up because
yes,
that is what triggered me when she said my
yep,
mom was so proud to
yes,
have someone that society was accepted by. So my thing is, there had to been some type of breaking and damaging inside of her. But you know what I'm saying? And I'm not
yeah,
pointing anything, but that's a myth. You get what I'm saying?
that's a
Like
mental,
inside
that's
of
a
her to
mental,
be like, okay,
yeah,
because there are people,
most
okay,
definitely,
let's fix this race. We got a
yeah,
black daughter, okay,
yes,
and
most definitely,
and they started to fix what was
yeah,
going on. And
yes,
for her to say that in a profound way,
mm-hmm,
lets it be known that
yes,
she is exercising some of that
yeah.
privilege.
Yeah, it's pretty much if we may say the light fair skin privilege. Like
Yeah, yeah,
you know, me as being a fair skinned woman, I don't throw around, my cuz I'm light and I'm fair skinned, like, like I'm better. At the end of the day, I'm still a nigga.
yeah,
I still would get the same treatment as a darker skinned woman, a middle skinned woman, because once again we come in all shades, and that could be very mentally damaged to a child. When we looked at even, light skinned women are, we looked at like we better. And that's not so. I mean, because if you think about it, take yourself out of that, out of you and look at yourself. You still getting treated just like a regular nigga. That's where we need to stop looking at this thing as a divided, because that's where the culture divides us as people of color. Oh, you got the light skinned people over here, you got the dark skinned people over here. We're niggas. I just don't feel like we should do that. I just feel like it's a real slap in the face. As to me, I feel that way. It's a slap in the face. Like, you need to embrace who you are as that queen. You know.
When you look into the mirror, what do you see?
Yes.
What do you see when you look
Exactly.
into the mirror? And some people can't look into the mirror, you know? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
you you are so right. I mean, because I see it on TV, I see it on social media, how people will take another color of foundation and put on a face to look like somebody else. They would take hair texture that they know didn't grow from their head,
I am so tired of it.
from the
I'm sick
scalp.
of it. I'm sick of it, Nikki. I'm sick
Well,
of it.
I'm really sick of it too. You would take somebody that's not your hair. And I just feel like every woman of color should know that they are a royalty piece. If you know where you came from, nobody should have to pump that into you. That should already be in your mindset.
I really think sometimes, like, women get delusional. Like,
They
you
do.
ain't looking at your hair for so long, you ain't
No.
looking at your pureness for so
Mm-mm.
long.
You got caught up. That's why a lot of people do not like looking at themselves in the mirror, because they don't know who they're looking at. They don't know who they are. So that's why you have to step outside of you to know who you are. You have to. So a lot of people have things over the mirrors because they don't want to look at, because that's not you. You trying to imitate somebody that you don't even know. You know, that goes right back to what I said earlier, where us as color women try to fit in their rim. We weren't meant to be in their rim. We have our own way of thinking. We have our own way of doing things. We have our own swag and everything. And it fits us to the T. So when you try to talk in their language, you know that ain't even your dialect anyway. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to talk in our dialect, it sounds very preschoolish. Like like it's you trying to you trying to be a mockery of us. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, when Yahweh created us, he broke the mold. He broke the mold, so you would never be able to try to be us. I don't care what you do, what kind of surgery you may have, what kind of hairdo. You would never, because our bone structure, he made our bone structure so different.
Well,
You
see, that
know,
goes into the whole social media now. Now, social media just controls everything that we see and
everything.
do. So, just like we were saying, like, now the face of the black woman is
Yes.
a mixed lady.
Yes.
When you see America and other countries, all you see, if you have a strong black man in that film, you know dang on well there ain't no black woman in there. You know that
No.
strong black man got a white chick somewhere around the corner he's trying to
Oh
be or
yeah.
save somewhere.
Oh
And
yeah.
vice
Oh,
versa, you know what I'm saying? They not going to show that. So outside countries, they see nothing but interracial. So when they come here, they're like, oh, the mixed woman, that is the American woman. She is
Yeah,
the American woman. The type 4A, 4B hair is
hair.
the normal
Yes.
hair, and the hair that you have is just, it's just snappy. That 4C, all that hair, that is just, that's not nice. I know, I would wear wigs if I didn't have so much hair myself. I would, because it allows you to be someone else, allows you to express yourself in different ways and stuff. But like you said, when you
Yes.
get into the point to where you caking your face every day, cake, baking all
Hey,
these hair
yeah,
ends and your hair frying to the side, and you can't even get, your mind ain't even right because your scalp ain't even nurtured. Next thing you know, you got alopecia. Next thing you know, you about
yeah,
40 years old with your head hairline back there, and you don't
yes.
understand it because during this whole time you were supposed to figure out what your purpose was, as opposed to trying to imitate and emulate another image. There is so much power in loving yourself. There is so
Woo,
much power in just being. And I really, really
you.
do understand now, the be still. I understand
Yeah.
that. And it's a lot of power in it. And we have that power as a collective. Being in the who I am moment, like, how would you want people to view you? And for the people who do not know how to tap into that, what advice do you have to give them in tapping into?
I would want people to, know, um, see me, view me as a very powerful woman, because as going through transformation, the old me, shedding off the old me, and who people was saying who I was, and I'm listening to the naysayers. I'm a powerful woman that has came through so many obstacles in life,
Right,
really.
right.
And to tap into who you are and whose you are into that spiritual realm, it took me to have to go through something very detrimental for me to actually tap into that. Because at the same time, when you trying to run from certain things, and it keeps leaning on you like something heavy, and you like, okay, I got to tap into this, because it's not gonna go nowhere until I said, let's open up the Pandora's box. So when I went into it and I tapped into it, I felt good, and I'm so thankful that I did it, because if not, it would have overtook me.
Barney style, when you say Pandora's box and you open up your Pandora's box, what do you mean by that?
I had to take me out of me and say, who am I? Had to have a conversation with myself. And and the box, I didn't want to open the box, but the box was there, and the box kept shaking
Yep,
to the
until
point of
you
saying,
open it.
you better open me. You better open me. And I had to open that box. And when I opened it, it wasn't as bad as people think. That's the thing. People think when you open that box, it's bad. It's your journey. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't open it, it's gonna consume you. And it actually made me feel even more closer to the people that I need to be closer to, that's gone. You know, it made me even more closer to them. So
And
I'm
let's not
glad that I,
forget, it made you more closer to yourself as well.
yes,
So we have
yes,
higher selves, but so many of us are so far detached because
yes,
we
yes.
haven't, like you said, opened the box. We still,
No,
the more it's rattling, the further
yes,
we out there. We can't even find ourselves anymore. I'm gonna close it out like this because, like you said, after you come into that and you open up that box and you meet yourself face to face, and it brings that weight off of you. Like you said, it
Yeah,
makes you feel so much lighter.
like an
And
eagle.
in order to keep that momentum, in order to keep those spirits, because it's very easy to be pessimistic. I learned that I
Yes,
am. I learned that I have a pessimistic trait on astrology.com. But it's very easy to be pessimistic and fall into that, like you said, the naysayer mindset. And but in order for us to keep those liftings and to keep that weight light as a feather and to keep flying, we have to keep feeding our minds, have to keep regenerating our DNA cells, keep reprogramming ourselves. And how do we do that sometimes? Yes, with affirmations, and affirmations daily. Whether you think or
yeah,
believe it or not, it is changing some neurological cells. Some I can feel it when I
yeah,
listen to music and I listen to my frequencies and stuff. Like, I feel it. I really
yeah.
do, and
It
it's
really has.
changing something. There is. We know that there's affirmations, but like we say, and like you said earlier, we chose to be here. But the Black woman experience is a truly unique experience.
Yeah,
And the souls that have came and dropped to this earth and chose to be in our bodies, like it is said, and like a lot of my viewers, I hope that they do believe that there is a God, because God has the plan written. And
yes.
as the tail would be the head and the head would be the tail.
It,
And so with us
mm,
having this unique spirit and a unique soul, because as we stated earlier, no matter what color, creed, shape, or ethnicity you come from, if you don't have the skin that look like ours, if you don't
yeah,
have the struggle, you don't have if you don't have the skin color, you don't have the struggles. And sorry
that
but not sorry, that topic will never go away.
part.
It's never going to go anywhere. That's just what it is. And I'm going to say all this because I feel like I'm rambling now. Is that the fact that we are unique in ourselves and our beings, we need affirmations. We need catered things that are catered just for us. Like Nikki stated earlier, we need to stay in our realm and stay
Saying that part.
what
That,
we know,
that part.
and
Yes.
Black women, for the majority part, we're good with that. We've
Yeah,
always been good with staying in our lane.
yeah,
We ain't got nothing to do with that.
yes,
That's the majority of us now. We got some
yes,
of those apples and everywhere, but
yes,
um,
yes.
we just gonna close it out though with some little Black girl magic affirmations.
At this point, it doesn't matter what other people think. Being a Black woman is a unique experience. It is for this reason that these affirmations were created for you. Close your eyes. Bring your mind to an alpha state. And repeat these affirmations. I am beautiful on the inside and out. I am intelligent. I am creative. I am comfortable in my skin. My ideas are worthy of being heard. I give myself permission to be vulnerable. I am respected. I am blessed. My voice will be heard. There is space for me at any table I want to sit. I am emotionally available. I am mentally healthy. I am physically healthy. I have exceptional strength. I am soft. I am happy. I am worthy of my greatest dreams coming true. I am safe. My energy always attracts the right people in my life. I have peace of mind. I have endless prosperity. I have more wealth than I ever thought possible. I am surrounded by people who love me. I am a great daughter, a great sister, a great friend, and an amazing partner. I am perfectly human. I am always